Yo, what's good with everybody? It's your boy John Smooth. This is what is the sun and the moon? Explain. And we're gonna explain this, right? We got, the meaning of light. Let's just start with this, right? Light, visible light or visible radiation, electromagnetic radiation that can be perceived by the human eye, visible light spans, the visible spectrum, and doesn't say, we don't really need to read that, but two meanings. Light is the source of illumination, whether a natural one like the sun or an artificial one like your lamp. Like light itself, the word can take a lot of different forms. It can be a noun, an adjective, or a verb. It can mean bright or not heavy. Here's another meaning of it. Light, visible light, or visible radiation is electromagnetic radiation that can be perceived by the human eye. Visible light spans the visible spectrum and is visually defined as having wavelengths in the range of 400 to 700 nanometers, corresponding to the frequencies of 750 to 420 terahertz. So let's go. The sun and the moon are basically things where we need these things to see. We need these things to live. We need these things to breathe. The sun literally gives life to everything we see on this planet. Without the sun, we'd be nothing, because the sun grows everything that we see, grows all the plants. Also, going to the moon also does the same thing, right? They say it controls the tides. It controls the water, right? So basically, it's a thing where it brings dew, it brings moisture. It's also smart to plant seeds on a full moon, things like that, because it really helps the ground. And also, there's also a black sun that isn't talked about, and I believe it's in the Bermuda Triangle. The black sun is a symbol with various meanings, including a sun wheel, Sonnenjärde symbol meaning a Nazi Germany symbol of melancholy and darkness in literature. Right, so they don't teach us about that sun, but this sun is located, I believe, in the Bermuda Triangle. And these three suns are basically three filters that we need to live on this planet, right? And without these filters, without these lights, we wouldn't be able to perceive anything at all, right? And these lights, we are these lights, right? And another thing too is the moon, right? Let's say they say that it's a satellite, right? It's their satellite, they've been there, but I don't believe they've been there, because first off, they don't have a telescope view of the flag that's supposedly on there. Second off, when the flag was on there, the flag wasn't moving or waving or anything. It's just stood still. Third, they're bouncing around on there, and then they supposedly go on these bullet-like ships and then supposedly land. I mean, I don't buy it. And now that we see all of these craft beyond the ice wall and they have all this advanced technology, they've been to the moon, if anything. Our government, the people within the first layer of the ice wall, we haven't been to the moon. And they act like they have power or control over the moon, but they really don't. Third thing, these three lights are retainers of moisture, containers of our souls, containers of everything, right? Because we have light within all of us. If you go and you research, we all have light. You know, when a baby's born, there's a light that flashes into their brain, and I think it happens while they're in the womb, right? Or before they're born, when they come out of the womb.
So this is the documented moment of conception. And the sperm enters the egg, and there's this poof of light that comes off of it. Scientists are studying this, and they're looking at it, and they're like, okay, well, it looks like it's a release of zinc, a burst of zinc that comes off the egg, and it creates this appearance. But any way you slice it, they can't explain away that light happens when life happens. Isn't that amazing? Light happens when life happens.
It can really, our viewpoint can really destroy our planet, because we're looking at these lights as, oh my gosh, the moon's evil, the sun's good, the black sun's evil, the black sun's good. It's all about our perspective, what we're using these lights for, right? The government has been using these lights, mistranslating these lights, misperceiving these lights to us to gain from our perspectives on these lights, because we look at these lights as one's good, one's evil, but they're all good. They all can be used for good intents. It's all about what your intention is. Your intention is to use these lights for good. Because look, these Nazis, the black sun used to be a thing that was taught anciently on ancient stones in Cambodia, stones in Egypt, stones all over, right? Stones in Australia, stones in America, ancient stones, the black sun has been taught. But as these things have been taught in modern time, they misconstrue it, they misperceive it. Like even mythology, like they would misperceive a lot of things, because there used to be beings like Thor and beings like that would use nature to protect the planet, right? We're coming back to that point, right? Where light is going to cleanse the planet. Like water cleansed the planet, light will cleanse the planet. Nuns, vampires, secret societies have been misconstruing our coexisting sciences and putting them in a sacrificial way, to where we look at, oh, you got to destroy something to get something. But anciently, we never had to do that. You've always be able to grow the seed. Every day, you do something to grow the seed, and this is what growth is, right? Not sacrificial science, coexisting science. And this is what these lights are. It cleans up everything. And our government now even believes that we can shoot rockets at the dome, escape. But these ideas and, you know, them trying to dry out the planet to go to Mars, drying out the planet to get metals, drying out the planet to get minerals, drying out the planet to get oils. Watch the video Truth on Factories, Dams, and Oil Rigs if you want to know more about that. But that's it for the video. These three lights are all about what you're using it for. What is your intent? Is your intent to help people? Is your intent to learn? Is your intent to grow? And is your intent to try to, you know, use others, kill others for gain? Because that's what they teach us. They teach us sacrificial sciences, putting our leaders, Jesus, on the cross. But we have to all walk the path of Jesus. Jesus, he found himself, you know, he fasted, he did meditation, he went to all the different teachings and learned. We're all basically former slaves. We all come from being formerly raped or formerly forced into war prior to being a farmer race. A farmer race, you know, that has been duped into propaganda, been duped into being industrialized, into, you know, building more cities, and then the media animalizes, demonizes people that are still dependent on nature, not dependent on factories, dams, and oil rigs. He even went to ancient teachings to where they weren't in war, they weren't doing those things. So he's like, he comes back to Rome, he's like, why are we pillaging these nations? Why are we torturing these people, raping these people, slaving these people, right? So the lights explain, right? What is the moon? What is the sun? What is the black sun? And explain, right? We're all a different part of the whole. We're all a different, these are basically like our storage centers for our souls, right? We're all a different part of the light. There's no one main light. We're all a different part of the source, experiencing, and we all have light within us to experience this life. That's the sun, that's the moon, and that's the black sun. We can't just fly up to these things with solid objects. We would literally explode because these lights are hot. Like, that's why Jesus, he had to access his understanding, consciousness. And even ancients, they would talk about beings accessing their light body to take out evil secret societies, evil nuns, evil vampires. So we're coming to that time. What is the sun? What is the moon? What is the black sun? We're all a different part of that. And we are radio. We are all tuning into a different radio frequency of these lights. These are basically radios, and we choose what frequency we want to tune into, right? Evil sacrificial sciences are dying out because the light is cleansing. The light is purging these evil energies. And we're going to start seeing, start appreciating life more. We got to start gardening, have a sustainable food system, love your neighbors, trade with your neighbors. Start a community if you can, get involved, see what your taxes are being spent on if we can. And it's your boy John Smooth. This is where we can start. Start a garden, start, getting in love with your family, appreciating things that can last, things that can grow outside by these three lights. Because remember, the sun and the moon, the sun, it unravels the plants. The moon, it brings moisture to the plants. So the moon, it'll bring moisture to these plants, right? And then the sun, it can dry out these plants. So we need to start coexisting with the planet. These dams, these factories, these oil rigs, these cities, I hate to say it, but these things are destroying these lights. And we need to start getting back in touch with these lights. And it's your boy John Smooth. The truth on these lights, explained, exposed, revealed, all that. Right? It's your boy John Smooth. I'm out. Peace.